billion auto bailout bill. These loans the automakers are asking for don't look to be such a sure thing then. But if they were to get some of our money, who's going to help them manage it? President Bush would be given the job of appointing an auto czar, part of the House plan. Some suggestions: House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying that former Fed Chair Paul Volcker should oversee the bailout. Michigan Republican Congressman Thaddeus McCotter, who would you appoint?
Well, I wouldn't appoint a Romanoff. That didn't end well for those czars.
You're right. Who came up with the czar thing, by the way? That was problematic.
I don't know, but evidently some senators believe that the car czar is the name of the president of Afghanistan, so we don't seem to be making much progress on that.
That's actually pretty good. Let me ask you though, Congressman, now we're getting indications this might not be on cruise control, no pun intended, that there are problems. What's the latest?
Cruise control is very good, Neil. No, the problem that we run into in any legislative process of something of this magnitude and importance, there are peaks and valleys, there are people who will be leveraging their positions, and the worst case you can do is panic. So at this point in time, it is ordinary legislation going through the ordinary process, and the sausage is getting made. And I think at the end of the day, sometime Wednesday or sometime Thursday, sound minds will come together, they will come to a reasonable conclusion, and there'll be a vote in hopefully both chambers.
All right, but I've heard, Congressman, that this is just a tee-up, a preview of coming attractions, that this is a tide you over $15 billion, and when the president-elect becomes the president, he has his bolder and bigger majorities in the Senate and the House, then something bigger is coming. Is it?
Well, in fairness to Senator Obama, while I disagree with his assessment, he has been very hard on the auto industry for what he believes has been a failure to restructure. He's certainly no easy sell. He's clearly more aligned with the environmentalist wing of the Democratic Party than he is with the UAW or some of the more productive labor unions that we find in the industrial realm. So I don't think it's a slam dunk to assume that this next administration is going to do a whole lot of things differently or potentially larger in the realm of the auto industry for America.
All right, but, you know, whether it's the financial industry, I know you want to get a lot of those guys back to see how they're spending the money, much as we would likely do with the auto guys again, if and when they get the money. Where do things stand with the former?
Well, I think that with the critical distinction which you point out, Neil, is you have people who have already received hundreds of billions of taxpayer money that have never had to step foot in front of Congress, justify why they need the money, what they will do with it, and what their viability for the future is. So it's a question of one of the failings of the Republican Party, which was our oversight as a governing majority. I think that what we've gone through with the auto industry, while a lot of us were unhappy with some of the questions, we never begrudged the accountability that comes through congressional hearings for people asking to receive money, and yet we think we should apply that, fair being fair, to the people who have already received hundreds of billions of dollars to see what's happened to that money and why our credit markets have remained unfrozen.
You know, you put things very nicely. Congressman, thank you. Always good having you.
Nice having you, Neil.
All right, well, the Automakers Union wants more power.